Alright, episode 3. Life is Strange, Chaos Theory. What did you... We've both played this, but we're going to play the first 10 minutes again. So there won't really be that many spoilers. However, there may be... We're going to talk about spoilers from the previous 2 episodes. That'd be fair to say, right?
Yeah, but nothing beyond what we're going to show you today.
Yes.
Although I would say it's my favourite episode.
Yes, I think that's okay to say. It's pretty awesome.
And things which you might have been wondering if they're going to happen do happen. And Max gets a makeover, which is fairly unspoilery thing to say.
I think that's okay, yeah. But I think, like, so we both played this last night. We probably should have saved it, but I don't think either of us wanted to. No, so we played it separately.
I feel like it's such a personal... the only other game that I've ever felt this with is with Mass Effect, and I feel like this is like my canon version, and I have to watch it.
Yes.
Myself.
Yes, totally. And like I think it feels more personal than Telltale, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It really
this
does.
is in a completely different league. Like I played all of the Telltale games, playing through Game of Thrones and Borderlands right now, and this just. I love how it doesn't explain everything. It doesn't spoon feed you everything.
No.
It lets you... There's so many subtle things going on, and it lets you make your own mind up about the characters. And huge, like, signposts of what's going to happen are just left up to subtle gestures and, you know, maybe a cryptic thing you read in a diary entry, and it lets you piece it all together. It can change everything.
If you see one little thing, it can completely change. Oh, look, I killed my plant.
What the... Oh my god! It actually had a name.
Lisa.
You killed Lisa.
Yeah, but I loved too much. I overwatered her and she died.
Ah, that's interesting because there's an email. This is really boring. There's an email saying you don't water her too much or too little.
Oh really?
So if you watered her in both episodes, this is the most boring thing ever. Did you kill Kate? This is more interesting.
Oh, okay. No, I saved Kate.
Good.
Did you?
I did, of course.
Good.
First time.
Not a lot of people did actually. It's because it was based on a lot of decisions, but I think I had it quite easy in that I had done a lot of the right, because I just felt so bad for her. Yeah, well, I felt really bad for her. Everyone was being so mean, and like I think it's like, especially nowadays, I think it's something that people can really relate to. Like if something about you is online and people are, you know, you have no control over it.
Yeah, it's like revenge stuff is a real thing. It's a real problem. And I think they handled that very well.
They really did.
In fact, they handle... So there's a huge amount of really mature themes in this, and it feels like they're handling them without being like, oh, and this character has this problem.
Yes.
Everyone is slightly broken, which I love. Like, even Max, the main character, is annoying at times.
So, yeah, well, she's annoying in that... I think it's good and it's bad in that she's so timid. Like, sometimes I really want her to, like, not take any bullshit. Like, if... Like, so she's, like, standing up to people, but she does it in her own very quiet way, and if it was me, I'd be like, you know, I'd be effing and blinding at them, but then...
Do you effing blind, Aoife? I've never heard you do that.
Yes, I'm not going to do it on this now, because I'm a professional, but I just, yeah, like, it's... But I'm certainly playing a different person, and I feel like I'm playing a different person, which is good, right?
Yeah, I appreciate the fact that she is a protagonist of a video game who's not only female, but also not your typical hero.
She's not sassy or, like, you know, and in fact, people often comment on like how she's kind of a little bit alternative, right?
Yeah, and she's an introvert. And how many video game heroes are there out there who are introverts?
Hardly any, right?
Whereas I would say, you know, that's something that a lot of us could probably probably identify with.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in our dorm. It's late at night, and Chloe wants us to come meet her outside. So let's...
I like how they don't mess around with, like, they know the best bits are... I feel the best bits are when Max and Chloe are together.
Yes.
And you're finding out more about their friendship. And, yeah, you just get straight to it in this episode. And the two of them are, like, in pretty much every scene together.
So how do you feel about Chloe? Because I know I certainly was not a big fan to begin with.
Yeah.
She's very, like, so in episode 2 where you have to take that call from Kate.
Yeah, she berates you for taking the call when Kate is obviously, she needs people to stick up for her, and, you know, it's just a phone call. They're just out of the diner. That is a bit, she's needy, but it is all explained by the character, so she who has left multiple times in her life.
Yes. Yeah, and
by Max, by her dad.
Yeah.
And she is a little bit broken. Like, this is what I was saying. Every character is a little bit broken in some way. Nobody's perfect.
Which is, you know, it's true to life, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Everyone has their own things that they're dealing with. So I'm willing to cut Chloe some slack.
Yes, and I think people might like her more by the end of this episode.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's go have a look in here. Did you did you speak with her in the previous episode?
Yes.
Were you nice to her?
Yeah, I think so.
Her mum's
sick or something. Yeah.
Hey, Max. I'm a bit of I saw you go up on the roof and I try to be nice to everyone where possible.
Yeah, of course.
Why would you not? But sometimes that could be so for here, you have a legitimate reason to blame her. They were horrible to Kate, but then I think everyone's got their own problems, right?
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to help her change.
The thing that you sense more in this game, which I think is it's a difficult thing to do, but they do really well, is that these kids are teenagers, right? Like a game that was written mostly, I'd assume, by adult men. They get this sense that kids are gonna make mistakes at this age, or they're not. They think they know everything, but they don't.
Yes, yeah. Everyone has their own worldview, and it's not entirely aligned with an adult worldview, but that's fine. That they are still young and they're still learning, and so yeah, I tried to encourage her to sort of see it from Kate's point of view. I think, and try and be a bit sympathetic. But and even in the first episode, I tried to make up with Victoria.
Yeah, but then that doesn't last very long.
No, I thought that she would have more of a.
She doesn't really have much of an epiphany after you're nice to her.
No, she's.
It's harder to give Victoria some slack.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Anyway.
Okay, let's rewind and see if we can.
What? Were you nasty to her?
No, I wasn't nasty to her, but she gives us a little bit of information. Basically, she says that Victoria's sneaked out, but she won't tell me where Victoria's gone, so I'm going to try and manipulate her a bit more.
Hey, Max.
Wow.
So
devious.
I am devious.
So, what else can we say about this episode without spoiling it?
I'm trying really hard to think, but I feel like people need, I thought it was so good, it would be the worst thing to spoil it for people.
Yeah. So there's a screenshot out there already of what happens in the scene next to this, and that was the only thing that I had seen going in, and I definitely appreciated not knowing after that anything that happened. And
thanks, Max.
What was the screenshot?
Cover your ears now if you don't want to hear or you haven't seen the screenshot. It was them breaking into Blackwell.
Oh, okay.
So I knew that some nighttime shenanigans were going to happen, but nothing really more than that.
I love that though. I kind of love going into it, not really knowing, because the first, the second episode, I didn't play the full thing until it had come out, so there were already sort of people talking about what decisions they'd made. So I don't know. I felt like it was a little bit.
That was the one for me where I think the series really kind of
clicked.
Stuck. Yeah, and I think it really sort of began to establish itself as I think it's a really, I don't want to use this word, but it's a really important series. I would recommend it to pretty much anyone. Whether they play games or not.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I think. I think if someone who doesn't normally play games kind of looked over your shoulder while you were playing this, they would be quite intrigued.
Yeah.
By it.
Serious.
Did you know that so Donlan killed Kate first time around?
Did he?
And then he made me tell him how to save her, and he went back and in preparation for episode 3. He managed to resurrect her.
I'd be pretty annoyed if she died in my playthrough.
How could you let that happen? If you let that happen, you should be ashamed.
I wonder how he did let it happen. He probably didn't answer the call and stuff. And if you don't pay attention in her room,
he missed the postcard from her dad or letter from her dad.
Yeah.
So the last option is you have to pick a family member that she's close to, who will miss her if she is gone, and you have to say the dad. And if you don't say the dad, I think it's.
I think you can say her sisters, as well, but her dad's obviously the best option because he sent a letter very conveniently saying he loves her unconditionally.
Is there a photo in here? I completely missed all of the
No,
photos.
yeah, no, okay, I got quite obsessed with finding the photos in the other.
I went
in
back
episode
and
two. So
I've
look
got
at
them
that! Look at
afterwards.
that! Look, all of them. But this one actually, I don't want to click on it because there might be spoilers.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
But I didn't get all of them. So much.
Some of them are quite involved.
They really are. Okay, I'm sneaking into Victoria's room.
This was fun, and there wasn't actually much that you found out here, but it was just cool to sort of
Might as well search for clues.
spend a bit of time in airspace.
I was so paranoid whenever I came in here that after I had searched it all, I rewound so that I'd never been in there, so there'd be no fingerprints. It does give you.
That is next level paranoia.
I know. I was just like, yeah, and I do that quite a lot actually.
No, it's good. Like it's really important to role play.
Oh no.
Totally
poor
high.
Kate.
See, that's kind of important,
confused.
right? I mean, that backs
Not
up. I mean,
like she's
if
partying.
you'd ever doubted what Kate had said, that
Yeah.
kind of.
I guess if you let her die, then this would have made you feel worse, and rightly so.
Yeah. Actually, what did you? Who did you pick at the end of episode 2? Who did you blame everything on?
Here they are
Nathan.
getting loaded.
Yes,
with
me
He's
too.
such an annoying little.
Yeah. I certainly think that
That
the
guy.
teacher and David Madsen have something going on. Like,
See,
That's a lot of bank
God, I
just
can't
to
say
clean paint
anything
from
about
the
this
water.
episode, but I have had a suspicion through the first 2 episodes that he's not as bad as he's making out, and he's
Yes.
just like he is another example of someone who's
Victoria's
broken. He's
Secret.
come back from
She's like,
being
The war, yeah.
a soldier, and I think he's dealing with PTSD or something.
Yeah.
And he's just a bit over enthusiastic.
I think he means well in his own way. He's just not very good at expressing
Yeah,
that.
and he's quite conservative in his opinions
Yeah.
and
Well,
quite
well.
forthright in enforcing them.
Victoria and Taylor actually show remorse.
Yeah, I think that's a good sort of way to put it. Although, I can't spoil it. Damn it! We
Yeah.
should. You see, this is why we shouldn't have played it beforehand. All right, so
It's like a thread for
Ugh,
sociopaths.
Nathan,
Max
Yeah,
Crackfield.
what a douche.
Lame.
party on, dudes.
Party on.
They're so
dudes.
lame.
I like all of Max's twee little put downs.
She's very good. I at the start I didn't really like that she commented on everything that you looked at, but now I kind of love it, and I look at everything because I want to hear what she says.
A unique point of view is right. Thanks to Courtney Wagner ghostwriting this paper.
Okay, so there's nothing in this room. So much.
Victoria is about as nothing
So-
to see here. I guess I shouldn't be so
Alright.
bummed.
we
Not
go
that
meet
Victoria couldn't hide
Chloe.
her shit.
Yes, and I think we should probably
Man,
end
I'm getting
it
paranoid.
as soon as we go out the door, because we don't want to.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So that was the first. I don't even know how long we've been playing, but in summary,
It's very good.
this episode is awesome. You should definitely, if you've been playing it, you will absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah. This opening bit maybe isn't the most exciting bit of the episode to show, but
But you know,
believe us,
Chloe's
it does.
waiting for me.
it gets
Yeah.
so much better.
Things happen.
One of the things I've got to say about this, I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed fan anymore. I think
You like the hat?
I've fallen out of that. The hats are impressive, but also, like, Ubisoft they must have one of the best team of artists in the world. Like, these open worlds they've created are just spectacular. And I really want to explore that world that they showed off yesterday. I just don't really want to do it with all the Assassin's Creed stuff filling it up. So we saw the street gang encounter.